We know that from recent reporting that it's about 5 times oversubscribed. So tell us sort of how this looks to you in terms of the expectations that we've held going into its debut.
Well, it's been a bit of a tumultuous road for ARM to head for this initial public offering. SoftBank, of course, had originally tried to sell the company to NVIDIA and then has been preparing for this IPO for more than the past year, really. And as they come to market, we've seen these valuations sort of bounce around a bit. Initially, the company was looking at a valuation of $60 to $70 billion. They were thinking about raising maybe $8 billion or $10 billion. That would have made it one of the largest IPOs of all time. And then they lowered those expectations for a number of reasons, in part because SoftBank had bought some shares from its own Vision Fund, and they decided they would raise just less than $5 billion. And now what we're hearing is that demand for these IPO shares is pretty strong. So SoftBank and ARM may increase that amount a bit so that the valuation is not the $54.5 billion that they were targeting before, but something north of that. Probably not as high as the $60 billion that they had talked about before, but something a bit higher than that $54.5 billion. So it sounds like, not to disagree with our guests about AI, but there's strong demand for chip stocks, and ARM is playing a part in this AI revolution also. So that may be part of the strong demand that we're seeing from investors.
Well, and also, Peter, what's striking is that there's been very little IPO action so far this year, and the markets have gone up quite substantially. So you would think that there would be people that have sort of cash just waiting to be deployed. I mean, can that be a factor here as well?
Yeah, certainly. You're exactly right. There has been a shortage of IPO shares for people to buy at this point. ARM is a very interesting name, especially in the tech sector. They do these chip designs that they sell to a bunch of other companies that are licensed very widely. And they have a bunch of those customers that are going to be cornerstone investors in the initial public offering. So that's sort of pushing up the demand. And then investors see an opportunity, as you rightly point out, to be able to get into one of the rare IPOs that's coming out. It will almost certainly be the biggest IPO of the year also. So you're getting a chance to play in the tech space, in the chip space, and the AI space sort of all together.